this is something I can't stress enough, actually, because I've been following, these different countries' policies and what they're saying, particularly after the pandemic, and what they've said. How would they try to come out, to reboot their battered economies? So in doing that, I mean, definitely, we have all these different nice, I mean, they're good, actually. For example, Build Back Better, or, the green growth, all those kind of things. And this narrative that this crisis can be an opportunity to address climate change, to embark into the sustainable way of doing things. And there are figures about how many jobs will be created, even the growth and so on and so forth. But the question is, the narrative is one thing, but is it happening? That's the question. And if you asked me, I've seen a number of reports, and they don't tell us very good stories. One, just to quickly refer to one report that was quite comprehensive, done by Bloomberg sometime back. They found out that major economies, so it was around $12 trillion stimulus packages being injected in the wake of pandemic, and they found out that hardly 1% was going to climate-friendly projects. And that's not it. After that, we have seen other reports as well, including IEA warning us that, what's happening in terms of. So this is what worries me. And I'm clearly, closely watching what's happening in India, in China, or in Indonesia, or in other parts of the world. And, I'm not judging them. But what I'm saying is I've heard them saying that, if you have a readily available resources, and if you can use that to get out of this crisis, why not? We'll definitely also think about climate change, but the priority, you see, that's the thing. So I think, and in doing so, but the question here is, the argument here is, to answer your question, the pandemic and climate change. So pre-pandemic, it was scientists were warning us about the same poor and vulnerable communities. And now we are hearing from certain leaders, certain countries that, well, actually, climate change is there. We'll definitely try to address them. But right now, because of the pandemic, the economy and all that, we'll have to address that because these people are the ones who are suffering, fair enough. But the thing is, if you end up emitting more carbon, if you end up, warming the world further up, and if the concentration of CO2 goes up high up there, and if the impacts accelerate, then it'll be those very poor communities, those very vulnerable communities who we are talking about to help now, they would be further jeopardized. They would be in trouble. This is the thing. So how do you balance that? How do you look at that? And that is where the narrative about this green growth, Build Back Better, and so on and so forth will, again, this COP26, this is another thing that will they actually try to streamline this, mainstream this, get those countries to buy into that and do that. That's the challenge.